What if your car was designed by Apple? Not just connected to your phone, but built like one. Imagine stepping into a vehicle that understands your voice, adapts to your schedule, drives itself, and looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. That future might be closer than you think, because after nearly a decade of speculation, development, leaks, and rumors, the Apple car codenamed Project Titan is finally taking shape. And if the leaks are true, it could be Apple's most ambitious product since the iPhone. In today's episode of Future Wheels USA, we're diving deep into everything we know and everything we expect about the Apple car, the design, the tech, the battery, the autonomy, the challenges, and the future. Whether you're an Apple fan, a car enthusiast, or just curious about where the auto industry is headed next, this story is for you. So let's start from the beginning. Why would Apple, a tech company known for phones, laptops, and earbuds, jump into one of the most competitive and complicated industries in the world? The answer is actually simple: transformation. Apple sees the car as the next great platform, one where software, hardware, and user experience come together in a totally new way. And with the electric vehicle revolution in full swing, Apple sees an opening to do what it does best: disrupt. Project Titan began around 2014. Apple hired hundreds of automotive engineers, designers, and software developers to work in secret. Over the years, the project has shifted directions many times. At one point, it was rumored to be a car, then it was rumored to be just an autonomous driving system. Then the project was paused, then restarted. Names came and went, but now, it seems Apple has finally found its direction. A full electric vehicle, designed by Apple, built by partners, powered by next-gen software, and aimed squarely at the future. So what will the Apple car actually look like? Well, it won't look like any car you've seen before. According to insiders and leaked patents, the Apple car will feature a futuristic design. No visible door handles, no physical buttons, and possibly even no traditional steering wheel. Think of it as a moving Apple store: smooth curves, polished surfaces, and a clean, symmetrical shape. The exterior might feature active lighting elements that communicate with pedestrians, and wheels that are integrated almost seamlessly into the body. Inside, expect a lounge-like cabin. No traditional dashboard. Instead, a massive wraparound display stretching across the front, powered by Apple's own silicon chips. Possibly even the M-series processors used in Mac's touch-sensitive materials. Gesture controls and Siri voice integration will be central to the experience. The seats could swivel to face each other. And if full autonomy is ready by launch, the entire concept of driving might feel more like being in a first-class airline pod than a traditional car. Speaking of autonomy, Apple is aiming high. Reports suggest that the Apple car will launch with full Level 4 autonomy. That means it could drive itself in most conditions without human intervention. This would put it ahead of Tesla's current which is still technically Level 2. Apple has been aggressively developing its own autonomous stack, using sensors, cameras, LiDAR, and ultra-precise mapping. Its fleet of Lexus SUVs testing in California has logged thousands of miles. And unlike Tesla, Apple is leaning heavily into LiDAR, radar, and high-fidelity sensor fusion to ensure safety and redundancy. The software powering all of this is expected to be a version of iOS adapted for the car. That means tight integration with your iPhone, Apple Watch, and iCloud. You could schedule trips using Siri, unlock the car with your Apple Wallet, stream Apple Music and Apple TV Plus natively, and even take FaceTime calls through the in-car camera and sound system. The interface will be familiar, elegant, and deeply personalized. Something legacy automakers are still struggling to get right. Now let's talk performance. The Apple car will be all electric. No surprise there. It's expected to use a new generation of solid-state batteries or ultra-dense lithium-ion packs, depending on what's production ready. By 2026, these could offer over 400 miles of range on a single charge, with ultra-fast DC charging enabled. Apple has reportedly explored building its own battery technology and even designing its own powertrain system from the ground up, including electric motors, inverter units, and thermal management. But Apple isn't expected to build the car itself. Instead, the company is rumored to be partnering with an established automaker to handle manufacturing. Hyundai, Kia, and even Magna International have all been in talks at different times. The goal is to combine Apple's design and software with an experienced auto industry partner who can handle mass production. So when is the Apple car actually coming? The most reliable estimates point to 2026. That gives Apple enough time to finalize its design, refine its software, and secure production contracts. But this timeline is not guaranteed. Apple is famous for delaying products that don't meet its standards. Still, internal reports suggest that key milestones are being hit, and Apple is now actively working toward a release in the next 2 years. What about price? It won't be cheap. Analysts predict a starting price between $75,000 and $120,000, depending on configuration and tech options. Apple is not targeting budget buyers with this car. It's aiming for the premium luxury market. Think Tesla Model S, Lucid Air, or even Mercedes EQS. The first Apple car will be about showcasing the vision. Later models may become more affordable. How will this car stack up against Tesla? Well, it depends on your priorities. Tesla will still have the advantage in supercharger network access, at least for now. But Apple could change the game with its user experience, privacy features, and seamless integration across the Apple ecosystem. If you already live inside Apple's world with an iPhone, MacBook, iCloud, and Apple Watch, the Apple car might feel like a natural next step. In fact, Apple may position this car not just as a mode of transport, but as a lifestyle product. Just like the iPhone redefined communication, the Apple car could redefine mobility, but it won't be easy. The automotive world is notoriously difficult. Margins are thin, regulations are tough, recalls can ruin reputations, and competition is fierce. Tesla, GM, Ford, BMW, Mercedes, Lucid, Rivian, and Chinese giants like BYD are all investing billions in EVs and autonomy. Apple will need to bring something truly exceptional to the table to stand out. But here's the thing, Apple has done it before. People laughed at the idea of Apple making a phone. Now they sell over 1 billion of them. People doubted the iPad. Now it dominates the tablet market. Apple has a track record of waiting, perfecting, and then launching products that change the game. And the car might just be next. So what's the takeaway? The 2026 Apple car might not just be a car. It could be a rolling smart device, a personal assistant on wheels, a mobile office, and a status symbol, all in one. Whether it lives up to the hype or not, one thing is clear. The auto industry is about to get a serious jolt of innovation, and Apple fans, tech lovers, and car enthusiasts around the world are watching closely. This has been your full deep dive on the Apple car, only here on Future Wheels USA. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the cars of tomorrow. We're just getting started. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.